Hey, what's up? Sam here. So this is the dreamy X60 Max Ultra Complete. Just like I showed at the beginning, this thing comes with some really fun yet practical features. For example, the obstacle climbing system can go as high as 3.46 inches. So clearing small steps or uneven surfaces is much easier now. The ultra slim body combined with its retractable LiDAR allows it to enter ultra low spaces as low as 3.13 inches. Honestly, I never thought a robot vacuum could clean the bottom layer of my shelves like this. And of course, the dual rotating mop mats that occasionally extend outward are quite amusing to watch, but more importantly, they're practical. Out of all the upgrades, my favorite is the AI camera system. It uses binocular vision with the depth information, meaning the robot can see the environment in 3D just like humans do. It can recognize up to 280 types of objects and avoid obstacles in real time. In this video, I set up a very interesting obstacle avoidance test, so stick around for that part. But first, let's go over the basics. Unboxings are always a bit boring, but if you're interested, here's everything you get straight out of the box. The biggest upgrade, as I mentioned earlier, is the AI camera system. According to the official information, the two 120-degree AI cameras, together with the proactive light projector and the structural sensing, create a rich 3D environmental map. The system can identify more than 280 object types and adjust cleaning rules more intelligently than older structure light-only systems. In simple terms, the robot doesn't just follow path, it actively sees and plans movement in real time, which greatly improves autonomy. To test how good it really is, I ran an experiment. I placed 6 objects, a few speakers, and power banks to form a test matrix. The space between the objects was just wide enough for the robot to pass through. The goal was to see whether it could navigate automatically without knocking anything over. I placed my phone on one of the speakers to prove that I wasn't controlling the robot remotely. Here is the result. Honestly, the performance was crazy good. First, it scanned the entire matrix, then cleaned around each obstacle individually without touching them at all. To increase the difficulty, I even put another small robot in its path, almost like someone trying to block its way. But every time, it stopped immediately, like full braking, without bumping into it. The obstacle avoidance is probably the best I've tested so far. My studio is actually quite messy for the vacuum cleaner. There are cables here, tripods there, but now I can confidently leave the cleaning to the X60 Max Ultra Complete. The name really makes sense. It's designed to complete the cleaning task. And it's not just about avoiding obstacles, it's about precision. Most robot vacuums see a cable and keep a large safe distance, which leaves a dirty gap. This one gets very close, like extremely close, without getting tangled. And speaking of tangling, here's another big upgrade. The robot uses the Hyperstream Detangling Dual Brush 2.0 anti-tank system to prevent hair from wrapping around the roller. Instead of a single brush, it uses a special rubber structure that guides hair toward the suction inlet rather than letting it coil around the shaft. For testing, I went a bit extreme. I put several strands of hair on a carpet. Yes, a carpet, along with coffee powder and breadcrumbs. Honestly, even cleaning it by hand would have been difficult. During the test, I wasn't even sure it could finish the job, but surprisingly, it completed the cleaning cycle in one pass, leaving only a few nearly invisible hair strands. And this is carpet, remember. Most importantly, very little hair seemed to wrap around the roller, unlike some vacuum cleaners I've tested before. In simple terms, hair gets lifted, separated, and poured straight into the dustbin. So you don't need to cut hair off the brush every week. Oh, and the 35,000 pound suction power is strong enough to pull even tiny particles from the carpet like a boss. When carpet is detected, the mops automatically lift so the surface doesn't get wet. The dual mops are also impressive. The robot uses dual omni scrub mop pads that spin at around 230 RPM and press downward to actively scrub the floor rather than just wipe it. When it tested on the flooring, the mop pads occasionally extend outward to reach areas near tripods, curtains, and stools without touching the objects. It's both smart and surprisingly entertaining to watch. One of the biggest design differences is the retractable LiDAR module. Most robot vacuums have a fixed sensor tower on top, which means they cannot go under low furniture. The X60 lowers LiDAR module when approaching low clearance areas, reducing the height to about 3.13 inches. For me, this actually solves a very real problem. The bottom layer of my shelves tends to accumulate dust year-round, and the traditional mops or many rubber vacuums simply cannot reach it. But X60 can go underneath, clean properly, and come back out smoothly. If you have low sofas, cabinets, or TV stands, this feature is more meaningful than just having high section numbers. In addition, there is a chassis lifting mechanism for obstacle crossing. I personally don't use this very often since my apartment has very few door thresholds, but for testing, I created an obstacle of about 4 cm. The robot automatically detected it and climbed over. According to official specifications, the chassis can lift itself to cross single steps up to about 4.4 cm, and had double step transitions of nearly 8.8 cm. So if your home has uneven flooring or sucking areas, instead of repeatedly bumping and giving up, the robot can physically lift itself and climb over. That's a very practical advantage. As you'd expect, the door handles auto-emptying, water refilling, mop washing, and drying, making the whole system almost maintenance-free. One thing I really like is the relatively low noise level during auto-emptying.
Start auto-empty.
At the 166 decibels, it's only slightly louder than a normal conversation. Noticeable but not harsh or aggressive like some other auto-emptying systems I've tested. By the way, it uses about 104 degrees Fahrenheit warm water during cleaning. The base station thermal hot mop self-cleaning system uses 212 degrees Fahrenheit hot water, which helps sanitize and dissolve grease much more effectively than most robot cleaners. So that's my real-life testing of the dreamy X60 Max Ultra Complete. What really impressed me is how the AI obstacle avoidance feels genuinely smart. It doesn't just keep distance from objects, but moves close and cleans around them with confidence and precision. The anti-tangling brush system is also well executed, pouring here directly into the dustbin. Instead of letting it wrap around a roller, the retractable LiDAR helps to slide under very low furniture, and the chassis lifting function lets it climb over thresholds instead of getting stuck. In short, this is one of the most advanced home cleaning robots I've tested, and it's getting very close to the true hands-free cleaning experience. If you're interested, please check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and Sam will see you in the next one. Bye bye.